One of the most important aspects of transfer pricing is the first step. You must accurately delineate, that means precisely define, the actual transaction before you can price it. This sounds obvious, but in practice it is far from easy. When two related parties transact, they will often have a written contract. But the OECD says, don't just look at the contract. Look at what actually happens in the real world. The actual conduct of the parties may confirm the contract, supplement it, or even contradict it. The OECD provides a 5-factor framework for delineating a transaction. The first factor is contractual terms. What do the contracts say? But you also need to look at the functions performed by each party, which includes assets used and risks assumed, the characteristics of the property or service being transferred, the economic circumstances of the parties and the market, and the business strategies being pursued. The risk analysis is particularly important and was significantly tightened by the BEPS project. Historically, companies sometimes used contractual arrangements to allocate risk to entities with little substance, putting a patent in a low-tax jurisdiction and having it contractually bear all the development risk, even though the actual researchers and decision-makers were in a high-tax country. The OECD now says, contractual risk allocation is respected only if the party bearing the risk actually has the capability to make decisions about assuming or managing risk, and the financial capacity to absorb the risk if it materializes. You cannot put risk in an empty shell company. The OECD's 6-step risk analysis process identifies economically significant risks, determines how they are contractually assumed, identifies who genuinely controls the risk, confirms financial capacity, checks whether conduct aligns with contracts, and allocates risk accordingly. In exceptional cases, tax authorities can disregard or recharacterize a transaction altogether when it is commercially irrational or when its substance differs fundamentally from its form.